Hey everybody, Tony and Chris back for another TigerSox review at the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet
At Tenaya Creek
at Tenaya Creek
Brewery.
Brewery. Woohoo!
You
We are
want more? We
continuing
got
the At the
more.
Brewery series at our second brewery, Tenaya Creek.
Yes.
This is part two of the series and part two of the sub-series of Tenaya Creek, our second review here. Last week we did the Old Jackalope barley wine. This week we're doing a different beer, and we will be doing a different beer even beyond that next week.
Exactly.
So three
They're
beers
gonna
will
have
be
to throw
reviewed
us
here.
out of here. We will not leave on our own
We
accord.
just won't. That's how we got to be the Creek Geeks LV. And don't forget to check out the Creek Geeks LV at Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, we were just banging on the equipment back there and trying to crack open hoses and stuff.
Without creating too much glare, I just want to show you here. In fact, I'll just
shot.
get up. We'll do this again.
Another
Yeah.
shot.
In case you missed last week,
How
so you
many
get to
are
see
actually, I actually never really thought to count.
how many barrel. Yeah, how many.
There's 6 on this side. So, and then the one up front here. Anyway, it's they've grown quite a bit since Tenaya Creek has been around. They have because they are so beloved. Because they're so beloved in the state and neighboring neighboring states, they have grown quite a lot. So
831 West.
831 West Bonanza, yes.
And I will say that I know that you can get Tenaya Creek beers as far north as Washington. I was able to get them in Puget Sound, so pick them up there.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe we should have done that. We probably should have done that and tried to. We got. Sorry. There's a total of 2 flies in this building, and they both want to come directly to us.
They want to be on the video too.
Yeah, exactly.
I give this beer 2 wings up.
But they do have a wide distribution, and they have won several awards. And today's beer is actually an award-winning beer.
We have an award-winning beer, ladies and germs. Yes, we do.
Won the Great American Beer Festival Bronze for Brown Ale, American Brown, and this is the Bonanza Brown. They're at 831 Bonanza Road. This is the Bonanza Brown beer. And for once, you're actually seeing, let's see if I can get.
Holding it last week.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Okay, you're actually seeing.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very rare that I can get it to get the light just right, that the camera is showing the actual color of the brown. But there it is. And it's got a semi-resilient head. As you can see, there's just a little halo of head left on that. This is straight from the source, guys. These drafts are actually less than 5 minutes old.
Yep. We leave the room, we go out there, Brian,
our beer
yanks
tender.
the handle, throws them our way, and here we are.
Brian is El Jefe on Twitter. If you follow the Creek Geeks LV, you will see his stuff regularly retweeted there. We want to give another thanks again to the brewers, the owners.
Tim, Anthony, Jeff, Johnny, Marcos.
Tony remembers everybody's names better, so I'm going to let him go through the list.
I left someone out. Jeff, Jeff, Marcos, Johnny, Anthony. I got Tim. I think that's everybody.
Yeah,
of course, out front we got Ruth, we got Katie, we got Brian. So, these are friends. I mean, these are people that I communicate with outside of the brewery, not just inside the brewery. So, they're near and dear to my heart. It's a little corny, I know, but they're just great people. They're just good people.
They are. Real quick info just about this brewery. If you are staying here, because this is such a vacation-y town, if you are staying on the Strip, you are probably 20 minutes and $20 at most override from there to here. If you are staying downtown, you're probably closer to about 5 minutes, and probably about a $5 to $8 override.
In fact,
to get over here.
People that stay downtown, if you're staying downtown and you're in the west side of downtown, which would be like Main Street Station, Casino, or Plaza, I actually know people that have walked from.
It can be done. Right now it's July. I don't know if I recommend that you do that now. But
don't do it now. But in the fall and the winter.
Oh yeah, when the weather's nice.
There's been plenty of people walk to the door and say, "Oh, we walked here."
If you're a bike rider, I think it'd be a great bike ride. Actually, you'd see all kinds of stuff on the way here.
It's very easy to find. Bonanza is right off the 95 freeway.
It's directly under the Spaghetti Bowl. It's right down the street from the Review Journal. So tell your Uber driver if they can find.
Next door to the Review Journal.
Yeah, if they can find a listing for Review Journal, they can find
2 doors down, basically.
Tenaya Creek, which they should be able to find anyway. But in case they should have some difficulty.
I also want to give a quick shout out to Connor. He's the fellow that does all the social media for Tenaya Creek. Yeah. He's on top of it. He excels at it. He is amazing at it. He is very thorough. He keeps us up to speed on food trucks, the live music, special releases, events around, that Tenaya Creek participates in. So hats off to you, Connor. You did an amazing job. I think we're all in debt to you for being the Creek Geeks and all. That you do such an incredible job. You deserve a little recognition. So
By all means, check out Tenaya Creek's Facebook page, their Twitter account, as well as their homepage. You can check out the
I'm gonna block that light. This light that's right here.
and also check out their webcam, because then you can see what they have on tap when they're open, and obviously I think you can even check it out when they're closed.
It is available when they're closed.
So, but this beer, today's beer,
okay, let's
the Bonanza Brown, American Brown. Real quick, it has only 6,444 rankings. I'm amazed at how few rankings these beers
This
on
beer's been around a long time, too.
Yeah. The fact that it doesn't even have 6,500 rankings. Cumulative score 3.57. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised by that, guys. But
should be a little higher
there you have
considering
it.
it won a bronze
If
medal.
you are in fact looking for it out of state in cans, I'm going to show you right here. That one right dead center. See this one here with the little birdie on it, right there in the center. That's the Bonanza Brown. That's the can you're looking for. So there it is, guys.
All right. That's a good idea.
And
all right, so
let's give a beard wipe.
Put your schnoz in there.
Oh, okay, put my schnoz in. Well, I smell. Now this is when I smell brown sugar. You're mentioning brown sugar on the chocolate last time, but I smell more brown sugar on this one, quite honestly. Yeah. Smell like chocolate malt. What I'm getting on this.
Definitely malt. Just
churro malt. I think. Yeah, it's definitely a malty beer.
If you like malt.
As we said, it is a bronze GABF winner. I want to say that was 2016 that it won that.
I think it's a little bit older than that.
Okay,
I want to say 2012.
Okay, so Tony knows better than I.
Well, no,
so let's go with Tony's.
Positive, but it's not. I don't think it's as racist as
Tony's probably more likely to be correct. So we're gonna go. If we're gonna go with, if we're actually gonna decide, what the likelihood, even if it's not 2012, the likelihood is greater that it's closer to 2012 than 2016, based upon the fact that you're more likely right than I am.
I think that's fair to say. Okay. Well, I do come here more.
You do. But so as I was saying, check out Tenaya Creek, but also check out the Creek Geeks LV. In case you missed something, we try to keep you posted on things like food truck, what's going to be here, what events that are coming up at the Creek. It really is just it's for those fans, especially. We'd love to get more of you fans who don't live here but enjoy Tenaya Creek beers, out of town Creek Geeks. We'd love the locals too, but we'd love to get more of you out of towners into the whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
and if you want to join the group, there's pretty much no need.
Open enrollment. If you're 21, you can join the group.
Yeah, 21. There you go.
If you've never had a Tenaya Creek beer but think, hey, that sounds pretty cool, I'd like to be a fan, go ahead. I don't give a damn.
Plus, being in Vegas, there's so much. There's always that likelihood that people are going to be coming here. If not next week, next year, so they know. So like, hey, I want to check out a brewery.
I'm not exactly certain how or when we paused.
We're at 8:07. We're at 8:09.
Somehow we managed to pause. So I'm not exactly sure when or how that happened.
Well, we'll go back a second and say that Tenaya Creek features, at any given time, usually about 13 guest drafts, approximately 13 guest drafts. So there's a wide array of stuff here. I mean, they brew about 13, 14, no, actually closer to 16 selections.
The offline series.
Yeah, the offline series is they make various beers. They make small batches. So the offline series beers are experimental. They're kind of fun. There's 2 of them available right now, in fact, and they don't last long, so we're not going to name them by name.
Anniversary parties here are always lots of fun too.
Oh my God! And then the 20th one this year, I can't imagine what they're going to do. Yeah. But this is a great place to come to have a mixture of beers.
So once again, looking at this, giving you a quick route. Malty, chocolate malt. I'm smelling brown sugar.
Brown sugar for sure. Yeah.
Churro malt.
It's pretty much just a malt bomb on the nose, really.
And so cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Nutty too. It's a very nutty beer.
Very nutty in the flavor, but not so much on the bouquet. I can't say there's a whole lot of nut in there, but it's a nutty brown. It's I've been trying to get into brown ales a lot more lately, but gee whiz, trying to find a $2 brown ale. Good luck. Yeah, really, really good luck. There's not a whole lot of them out there.
There's also you can detect the hops. Like you do pick up on some hops in this too.
I would not call this a British brown. This is definitely too hoppy to be a British brown. It's without a doubt an American brown ale.
Where I was going with this.
Sorry.
No. You basically disagreed with me without knowing what I was going to say. It's biscuity on the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
It's It's almost got like a resiny mouthfeel to it, a sweetness to it, but almost like almonds. The nut itself I probably couldn't identify, but it does taste like a nutty beer. So it's got it all going on, man.
I believe it was 5.6 ABV, I want to say.
It's a little bit over 5, yeah. It's in
so
the 5.5 ballpark. Yeah,
what I like about
5.4.
brown ales is that it can go either way. If you want to, you make it a dark brown, drink with, say, a sausage or something like that, you can do that. But this is also light enough that if you wanted to drink a couple of these after mowing the lawn, doing some yard work, this is actually, you could sit by the pool with this beer. There are lighter, more effervescent beers to do that, but this is, I wouldn't think this was, wow, what the hell's the matter with you? If you go out to the pool with a bottle of Jackalope, right, and 100, when it's 105, and I'm thinking, wow, really? That's what you're going to drink? But if you were drinking this, cold Bonanza Browns out by the pool, it'd make perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a common misconception that the darker the beer is in color, automatically translates into a high ABV of 10 or higher. This is actually a low ABV beer. I mean, 5.4, 5.6 is really not much in the scheme of craft beer. So I think that's kind of a misconception. I'm talking about people that aren't really like involved with the craft beer scene, that just pick up a Bud, pick up a Coors, pick up a Heineken, and because they pour it in a glass or see it through the bottle, it's light, therefore it's light, I can drink a whole bunch of them. This is kind of a problem, I think, some of those beer drinkers experience, is it's brown, therefore it's too rich, it's too boozy, and that's just not true. This is very drinkable, very easy to drink. So
it occurred to me, it was honestly not my intention, but we will be doing my three favorite local varieties, meaning that Old Jackalope is my favorite local barley wine. Next week we'll be doing the Pilsner here, my favorite local Pilsner.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is actually my favorite local brown. It hadn't really occurred to me. I like Busker Brown from Joseph James. And I like Hop Nuts Brown too. But honestly, this is my favorite. Out of all the browns that are made here locally, I don't know that I've ever had a brown from Bad Beat. I know I've had a brown from Banger, which was pretty good, but in the end, this is still my favorite. It really is.
Well, what I've noticed is with last week's review, you basically singled out Tenaya Creek's barley wine as your favorite barley wine in Vegas. Now you're alluding to the brown being your favorite brown in Vegas, and you just kind of gave a sneak peek of next week's review being the Pilsner, which I know we both agree is the best Pilsner in Vegas. So I'm just going to say what it is. Tenaya Creek makes the best beer in Vegas.
They do.
They just do.
They do.
That's why I fell in love with it. I do not live right around the corner from the brewery.
Neither one of us do.
It's not inconvenient to get here, but it's not right around the corner. So my love for the product and the people behind it brings me back. And it's also one of those rare Vegas locations that does not have gambling. So
that's true. There's no gambling
here. Do not come here thinking you're going to put a $20 bill and play video poker.
Nope, you're not.
While you're putting a beer or two away.
You're going to put your $20 bill in a jukebox, actually. Here.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, there's plenty of options all around town for you to do that in places that you wouldn't even think about, like, oh, I can play video poker here too. Not here. That's one of the nice things is it makes it more sociable. People socialize more at a place like this because the gambling is out of the equation. So
real quick, because we've got just
49
less than a minute and a half left. If you are staying somewhere and you can't get over here, probably wherever you're staying, there's a bar close by that has some Tenaya Creek beer on hand. It's probably either the Hop Ride IPA. It's very possibly this beer.
I have seen the brown many places around town.
So if you think, oh hell, I can't get over to Tenaya Creek, I'm staying here on the Strip, go to the beer garden. Go to any number of places on the Strip. You're very likely to find Tenaya Creek beers there.
I saw Bonanza Brown available at Dave & Buster's. I've also seen it available at P.F. Chang's.
So and any bottle shop that's here in town, I've been able to find their cans. So if the best you can do is grab some cans on your way out of town. If you're driving back to, say, L.A. or San Diego, Salt Lake,
you can Arizona. Do that here. I know we're almost out of time, but if you come back to Tenaya Creek and you only have time for a quick beer, they have a cooler in the corner of the room with everything in 6-packs and bottles. You can take it home. So
guys, we got to skedaddle. Until next time, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching.